Hi guys and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up in today's episode, 3 quick stories of today's rugby league. Toulouse Olympique have a COVID problem and the NRL announce a team change for their inaugural season. So we start today that there's news coming out of the North American Rugby League, as there has been an announcement that the New York City Rugby League are joining the NARL for their forthcoming season. The New York City Rugby League was once the brainchild of British entrepreneur Ricky Wilby, who wanted to enter a team into League One in the UK pyramid with aims to get into Super League Europe. But due to COVID-19, the plan was struck down quite readily, as it wasn't to be at this early juncture. Wilby, though, has gone on to have his position listed on LinkedIn as Executive Board Member North American Rugby League for the competition, so we'll have to see how that plays out. There is no word yet on who's going to be involved in the team, i.e. coaches, who's running it, who's playing for the team, and where they're going to play. And their website is still under construction. You'll be able to see the website and keep on top of all things New York Rugby in the coming days, I'm sure. But there's nothing of note on that website yet. I'm looking at it as these are the New York team that have replaced the New York Freedom and, from what I can tell, the Brooklyn Kings. They were both slated to join the NARL for 2021, but COVID intervened and unfortunately things went by the wayside due to these unfortunate events. You never know what could have happened with these teams being included, but it leaves New York Rugby League as the sole representative from the 5 boroughs. We've not heard much from the New York side, to be honest, as only the Freedom have been a little bit more clearer on why they weren't going to be involved in the NARL for the new season. The Brooklyn Kings have been very silent and no comments in regards to why they seem to be not involved, but there was the official statement on the 19th of November 2021 from the New York Freedom. As of today, the New York Freedom RL has ended its partnership with the NARL. We look forward to continue the development of rugby league in the US and will provide more details soon. Please DM for any questions. On that same question, they were asked, will you guys be joining the USARL? Not in its current organisation structure, was the response on Facebook. Possibly yes, but waiting to see what unfolds, when they were talking about the new conversations about the structure of the USARL, as they were going through some changes, as many of the USARL were unhappy by the organisation's leadership. They are still talking, as well as the New York Rugby League's New York City Rugby League coming in, about a 6th team. I've made my speculations previously about it, and I'm going to do that again, as I do feel that the Carolina Lightning will be involved in the NARL. I'm going to get that clear. Carolina Lightning will join the North American Rugby League, as they have had some decent backing from the city that they played in. They've had a good All-Stars game with a good crowd and a great gathering afterwards. But that's just speculation. That's my theory. They seem to have gone quiet as well, so I think they're working in the background to get that up and running, ready for 2022. We're burdening on the eve of the Super League, and Toulouse Olympique are facing an emergency for the eve of the Super League, with Mark Carella set to leave the club. due to COVID-19 vaccination disagreement, while 4 other players could also depart over the disagreement. Rugby League Live can reveal Corella, Toulouse star player for the best part of a decade, has fallen out with the club following a dispute and has not been seen for a number of days. Corella recently signed a new deal at Toulouse to keep him at the club for their inaugural Super League season, and the 4 other players could follow Corella out of the exit door due to their reluctance to get vaccinated. At the time of this recording, Corella's contract has yet to be has not been terminated, and while there are hopes that the matter can be resolved, the source has told Rugby League Live that the chances of the fullback playing for the club again are slim. At the same time, the club officials are locked in talks with unnamed quartet of players in a hope to reach a solution, but there are fears that they could all leave due to their opposition of getting vaccinated. As it stands, unvaccinated athletes are unable to travel to and from France from the UK, meaning that every Super League player who does not get vaccinated will be unable to travel for games between the 2 countries. It's not something that coach Sylvain Houlliez would want going into the start of a new season in the top flight of rugby league in the Northern Hemisphere. But whilst that means that UK clubs could be without their unvaccinated players for as many as 3 games, the issue is more pressing for Toulouse, given that they are required to travel across the channel every other week, and as such, any unvaccinated players will be unavailable for half a season basically. Toulouse are understood to be keen to resolve the issue with the players and are actively trying to assist, but there appears to be little hope of Corella returning. The fullback, widely regarded as one of the best players outside of Super League for the past 5 years, was expected to be a key player for the club during the first season in the top flight, but he is now set to depart in the news that is causing the club's unwanted disruption just 3 weeks before their Super League opener with the Huddersfield Giants. As such, this means that Toulouse face the prospect without their fullback and several other key rugby league players. This is in contrast to Catalan's Dragons, who have reported a 100% vaccination rate, but 5 players out of the Toulouse squad. There'll be some tinkering going on in the meantime, but it could mean that 5 contracts will be cancelled before the season even starts. So I started this early in the week, a quick few minutes to get through a few stories that need to be told, but are not as important of what's going on towards the season. And the first one that we're going to look into is the story of Philip Sammy, as he has signed a new deal with the Gold Coast Titans, which sees him contracted to the club until the end of 2024. Sammy, who is also 24, progressed through the club's system, and he has made his NRL debut for the club in 2017. He can play wing, centre, fullback, and has played 73 games for the club, scoring 34 tries. He also represented Queensland in 2020 State of Origin. On the deal, his head coach Justin Holbrook said, "He has come through the system alongside other players of a similar age, like AJ Brimson, Mayoaki Otuaka even, and is now heading for his 6th season of NRL football. Phil had a few injuries last year, but what has impressed me is how he has applied himself for pre-season. He is committed to what we are building and wants to permanently cement a spot in the side. I'm excited for what Phil can bring, and it's great news for the club that he is going to be a Titan for the next 3 seasons. Next, former Bulldogs legend Willie Mason has accepted an offer to become a full-time member of the Bulldogs coaching staff as the new Pathways transition coach. In the role, Mason will work closely with players of all ages within the Pathways programme. Mason, who has played 148 games for the Bulldogs between 2000 and 2007, including being named the Clive Churchill medalist in the 2004 Premiership winning team, will look to help shape and develop Pathways players in regards to skills and attitude required to become an NRL player. Mason has already started in the role, working closely with the General Manager of Pathways and Junior Rugby League Barry Ward and NRL head coach Trent Barrett. And finally, the Bradford Bulls are looking to be a part of this year's Magic Weekend based in Newcastle. That's according to the Telegraph and Argus, which revealed that the Bulls were attempting to get their away clash, which conveniently is against Newcastle Thunder, to be scheduled on the Magic Weekend bill. As it makes sense because it's scheduled for the same weekend also. There's a lot of noise regarding the Magic Weekend. Bradford General Manager Tracy Irby's told the Telegraph and Irby it would be nice as they were playing in Newcastle that they could be part of the event, but it would not be the first time that 2 championship sides have done battle at St James's Park, as Toronto Wolfpack took on Toulouse Olympique back in 2018 in the first game of that year's Magic Weekend. The Bulls, meanwhile, have been building under John Keir for a charge at Super League promotion after a few barren years in the second tier even. Meanwhile, Newcastle have steadily been building for a number of years now, but recently waved goodbye to her previous owner Mick Hogan, who stood down on the eve of New Year. However, that certainly won't stop the club's momentum as they aim to bring top flight rugby league back to the northeast. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and also click that notification bell for any new videos that will be coming your way in the days to come. Also, tell me in the comments what your thoughts are on today's episodes. Do you feel that Willie Mason's employment by the Canterbury Bulldogs will be a step in the right direction for players coming through the ranks? Magic Weekend, should it include a championship tie like Newcastle versus Bradford or any other club? Philip Sammy signing a contract extension with the club that brought him to the NRL, the Gold Coast Titans. All good choices. NARL. Do you think that there will be a 16 this season, or will they continue with 5? And finally, Toulouse Olympique. They have got 5 players that are probably starters as well, not wanting to be vaccinated. That's an issue, especially at fullback because he's a goal-kicking fullback. Don't get me wrong, Chris Hankinson can kick well for them, for any Super League side, but it's not a fullback. Best player outside Super League as well, Mark Corella. We'll have to find out who the other 4 players are, and probably will come out in time if they get released, but if not, and they agree to get vaccinated, it'll be fun and games. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please remember to share this video, tag all your mates in, get them to subscribe. It's a fantastic effort that I'm trying to do for you guys, and to grow the rugby league as a sport in its entirety. Anyway, thank you again for watching. All the best, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.